Hi, everybody.
Hi, Julie.
Hi, Levi, Velma, and Nola.
That's a boneless puppy.
Yeah, boy, we got a good show today, and it's going to be an awesome show. And then, a little bit of news next week. It's even going to be exciting. We're going to be in Colorado. We're going to be doing it from the Great Pyrenees Rescue and Sanctuary there in Peyton, Colorado. So, it's going to be real exciting. Wow, now watch us not even had internet.
We love Judy's dogs.
Yeah. How you been, Levi?
Busy as always.
Oh, imagine that, huh? Levi is with the New Hope Behavior Consultants for the Guardians, and that's a nonprofit, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means he's the free guy.
Yes.
So he's very good at what he does. He's a certified professional dog trainer, and he's a certified nutritionist. So there you have it. Let's check out the comments because, boy, have we got some dogs on. We got some great dogs on. So I had to put that in there to little Sadie's video about the Zoomies because she's just never in a big hurry. All right.
Yeah.
She's so laid back and still available. So.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Well, she was just on last week, I think.
Yeah, I would have picked her up already if I could have.
Yeah.
There's a
and
few.
Rena says hi. Hi, Rena.
Hi, Rena.
And we can't forget Marge. Hi, Marge.
Hey, Marge.
So, well, what do you think? Should we get down to it? Do you have anything to announce, anything yet, Julie, or you just want to go?
Nope, we're ready. We're in my GPRS PNW volunteer shirt. So
Pacific
some of the new merch.
Yeah, for those of you in Washington, Oregon, don't know what that means. I mean, Texas, that doesn't know what that means. It means Pacific Northwest.
That's us. That's
all right.
Rena's
saying hi to Velma. Yeah, boy, she's just as good looking as her picture.
She's getting bigger.
Yeah,
maybe
she
a
is.
little too big, but
we don't want her to become a senior in a foster home.
That's right.
So, because that's just kind of would suck. Anyway, all right. Our first dog is that's coming up. Depends. There's a little Miss Olive. I've met her myself. And,
I have too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And she's just we're going to play her video and bring her up. That's just why we do it. Olive, are you strangling her, John, or is that just what it looks like? Oh, we
Just
have
making sure she doesn't run away.
Yeah, we got a little bit of technical issue with John still, but if there's something that we think that you can't understand, one of us will repeat it for you. Hopefully we can understand it. I don't know what's going on. He's never had this issue before. We never asked him to come in early so we can fix any possible problems, and here we are. So, wow, you got Olive. I know her, and why don't you just tell us a little bit about her, because I haven't seen her since early part of November.
Yeah, she's getting better. She has all the things that are in the video are true. She just has some issues sometimes with strangers and wanting to be in charge of people she doesn't know. So that's her little quirk that she has. Other than that, she's great.
Do I hear a Yorkie in the background?
No, that's not in my house. My house is quiet right now.
Okay.
But there's a Yorkie scratching at the door. Come here, girl.
And now that's Olive's best friend is that Yorkie, isn't it?
That and Sawyer. She's bonded with Sawyer. She's been here 8 months.
Yeah, I know.
Waiting
so anybody that wants her, we need to get it done, because we can't afford to have 2 dogs form a bond, a strong bond like that, and one of them be a foster. So we got to get our applications in. Yeah,
and you're doing it for me too, because she and I have bonded pretty well. Also, she's, her only issue is with people she doesn't know, and she knows you. She's just as great a dog as I've ever had.
And we can talk about that if you want. I was down there, and John saw another side of her at that time he hadn't seen yet, and he thought she was hurting me, and she wasn't. She had her mouth on me and stuff, but she didn't get the response out of me that she expected, because I never felt threatened. And she started making those funny sounds that night too, didn't she?
Yeah, she kind of talked. She did that with another friend of mine that came over. She acted like she's met him maybe 4 or 5 times. She acted like he was her previous owner that she hadn't seen in 5 years and just loved him. They sat on the couch. Everything was fine until he wanted to leave, and she didn't want him to go. So she took his hand in her mouth. She didn't bite. She just held his hand like, don't go. Some people find that really undesirable behavior, and it is. It's hard to cure that.
It can be, but here's the thing. She's not trying to hurt anybody.
She's never tried. She's never
had a bite that we know of.
No.
And
she just has a strange. That's her way of communicating, and it was a slow process of teaching her that that's not necessary. So one of the things is she wants you to pet her forever. So I've been working on, anytime I walk by, I pet her for 2 or 3 seconds and leave. And right now I've stopped. You can see I've stopped. She's looking to see why.
I see that eye.
With me, and we're working on things. She's a great dog. If someone adopts her, I'm going to miss her a lot.
Oh, I bet you will. She looks like a Maremma still.
She has a lot of personality. She plays hard. She loves walks. On walks, she is just so animated, and she gets along good with a new puppy that just showed up. She's a dog with
Maddie. Now she's always been amazing on the leash.
Yes, even before I got here. Yeah. Before she got here, she was famous for being good on a leash.
Yeah, she's got amazing leash manners, and that means somebody did well with that.
And you leave a car door open, she'll go sit in the car. She loves to go for car rides. She's a pretty easy pet to own. When you have 5 dogs, I have 3 of my own and 2 fosters, and her being here is easy, really. The puppy is more work, of course.
So you have 5 dogs there right now, and every one of those 5 dogs are rescues, aren't they?
Except the Yorkie.
Except the Yorkie.
All
right.
The Yorkie was rescued by somebody else.
Well, that's kind of a rescue.
Yeah, I did rescue him, but he's been here 7 years, and he's had 15 different peers that he's lived with, so he's pretty peer list. Used to be a volunteer. We used to take him to headquarters to test them dogs with small dogs, and now Melise has chicklets. So Yorkie's off the volunteer list.
All right. And don't forget, that's 5 lives that are saved in one house there. And so always remember that. If you want to adopt, go to Peer Rescue. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. I just noticed that I had the wrong banner group up, but I was scrolling hers across. So now we got the right one up. Right there's exactly where you go to foster, adopt, or volunteer. You see, you don't have to. You can help without fostering and adopting because you can volunteer. You guys need screeners too, don't you?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And they need help big time at headquarters. So you Houston, Texas folks and the area, don't forget that. But you still got to apply. They have to know who you are.
One of the things I'd like to say is about I've got a lot of male dogs. Sawyer and Max are male. Aki, the Yorkie's a male dog. And then there's 2 females here also. They all get along fine. And my point is, it's how you do introductions on whether dogs get along. And I do really slow introductions.
I've actually got an
I'm
article
listening
on that.
They know there's another dog in the house, but they don't get to make face contact with that dog for days. They smell each other in the yard. So I do really slow introductions, and I've not had a problem bringing males into a male house or females where there's already a female. So that's just one of my points. Foster. It eliminates a lot of the fear when everybody already knows what's going on, and it's just a matter of then introducing them.
Yeah, you're getting crackly again there, John. You're getting crackly there again. What he was talking about was fostering and introductions. If you have dogs at home and you bring a foster in, and you got to introduce them. They're not speaking the same language, a new dog, when you first bring them in. They got to get to know each other, and the only way to do that is sniff. So don't let them go nose to nose. Let them sniff each other's butts. We don't do nose. That could be an altercation waiting to happen. We sniff butts. Butts don't bite. Always remember that. Butts don't bite. And noses can, because they got teeth right below them. Right. Okay. Wow. So we've got. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, John. I don't think she's a very. She's like a large female, but not excessively large. She's a really nice size.
Yeah,
Olive is.
I almost would call her a pocket peer because she's only 60 pounds. She's a small girl.
Right.
Yeah, she's one that'll fit completely in your lap with nothing hanging over. And if it does hang over, she will fix that. All right.
Right. So I know some people, when they're looking for a second dog or a third or fourth or fifth, that size, that 60-pound, that pocket peer size is a real good addition to have for families. I know I've got a pocket peer myself, and she's just as much all peer, but just a little bit smaller and a nice sized dog.
Yeah.
My second peer in 1988 was a pocket peer. He only weighed about 130.
Mm-hmm.
Well, back then they were a little bigger than they are now.
My pocket peer has all the spice of like 3 normal sized peers. So
right.
Wow.
It's okay to get a pocket sized one.
That's
Great
right.
Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where it's all happening. Sharon says, if they stay pocket peers, is there any guarantee? I believe that just came out backwards. Right. Is there any guarantee they will stay pocket peers? Depending on their age. Right. After about 2.5 years old, they're pretty much done growing. I've only ever seen one that didn't get the memo.
Right.
And that was a male, not a female. Right. And females sometimes, in a lot of cases, a lot of breeds mature a little faster than those young little heathen boys. Okay. So.
And she's 4, isn't she, John?
She's 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
she's done
definitely
growing.
done growing.
She's
You know.
Yeah.
definitely done growing, and she's a very playful 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm certain that she's not going to grow anymore, but I won't put a guarantee on it. Sorry,
Yeah.
not my dog. I don't have to put a guarantee on it. Oh wow. Okay. Well, who else do you have there? Don't you have a little ankle biter too, or?
The little ankle biter is almost as big as Olive here.
Wow.
She's a giant 3 to 4 month old puppy that had a broken leg and wound up in rescue. Had surgery on her leg, and she's here recovering from her surgery. I have to swap. She's out. That's her right there. That's Maddie.
She's beautiful.
She's cute.
It's a very striking dog.
Oh, look at it.
Nice crate.
Yeah.
I think
I
I got
love
some
those
video
colors.
of her too that I swiped somewhere. I thought I did.
I've got tons. There's some. It's easier to video a puppy because they're constant motion.
Yeah.
That's Velma.
Yeah, that's Velma there.
Yeah.
That means that's okay. Maybe I don't have. I know I took some video or grabbed some video because you had it and I snatched it. I don't know. I forget.
It was a video. It was a video from her playing with Ackerley pretty rough this morning.
Yeah. Oh no. I don't know. I didn't. I may have confused her with Velma. But
Well,
and we have to move
She's
on.
right
to
outside the back door here, so let me go bring her in.
Okay, and we will talk about Velma while you're doing that.
Okay.
Perfect, because it might take me a minute to get her settled in.
Yeah. And you're really going to be mad when you hear the playback on your cracklies. You know that? We're giving the viewers a break and letting somebody else talk for now.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, John, we'll
Sorry.
see you in a minute.
Okay.
Bye.
Hi, Julie. Hi,
Hey.
Velma. Gosh, she's getting more beautiful as she gets older.
Yeah. She probably needs to lose a few pounds. She's very food more motivated, as you can tell with the chewy in her mouth right now. But she's 10 months. She'll be 11 months, actually, mid tomorrow. There she is on beach cleanup.
Yeah.
She loves to do that. She likes to go for walks on the beach. And when we find stuff, she dutifully carries it in her mouth, until we get home, and then I deposit it.
I like your caption under that picture.
Yeah,
She takes her beach cleanup very
that's
seriously.
like I think that's something for like oysters or clams they put in there. But so whatever we find on the beach, she's really good about taking it off and
Yeah.
and
Looks
carrying
like
it.
it just stays in her mouth, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like her little job. She enjoys walks. She's great on a leash. She does pack walks with 5 other dogs and does really well.
Wow.
She's probably needs to lose a few pounds. She's probably, I would say, 65 to 70 pounds now. I haven't weighed her, but here she is there.
She's tired. What did you do? Wear her
we
out?
we went for a walk this morning. So, but when we go on walks, she loves to meet people. She'll walk right up to them, loves to have them pet her and stuff like that. She's really friendly that way. She has some alpha qualities to her. But we've kind of figured out her routine, and she does really well with it now. She's taught me a lot. I've learned a lot from her, and we've learned a lot from each other. But you know what? I would say she's a great girl, 90%, maybe 95% on the time.
Look at you, see that, Levi?
I know.
Yeah. That was some really nice eye contact.
Yeah. We've been working on eye contact. That's one of our
mission
things.
accomplished.
Yeah. And she's done really well. I'm just real proud of her. I think she'd do really well in a home with another dog. She prefers females. Probably a female that's gonna let her be the boss.
Boy, good luck with that.
Yeah, but she's living in a home right now with 5 other females. So
that's right.
Yeah, so she's doing great.
Okay.
She
What about cats?
I don't know.
Okay, because you don't have cats.
We don't have cats. We have enough animals at our house, but
You have
she
Borzois instead.
she does like to watch the dreadful squirrels. Come here, girl, and sit. She does know some commands, but what else? Housebroken. I think she would do well in a home with another female. Playful. She loves people,
Wow.
and that's her. Sit.
And why is she still there? I don't understand
I
that.
don't know. We had some issues that we were working through, just kind of,
Just puppy issues, wasn't it?
puppy issues, but she's been ready to go. I think in the right home that she'll be super happy.
All
And they will
right.
love her. We love her. She's our girl, and
Yeah, but she has to be adopted because that's what
she
you
has
do.
to be adopted, right?
Yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah, because that's what
Because
we
if
do.
you keep her, that's going to give you what, 14 dogs now, and
We're up to
getting
8.
harder. It gets
Yeah.
harder to foster.
Yeah, it's harder to foster when they're and they need to move on, because we need to help, as they move forward, then we can help other dogs stop.
That's right. So Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. Okay, I'm going to move John back over here because
Yeah.
he's literally got his hands full.
Stop.
And it
Oh,
looks
look at
like,
the
oh
puppies.
man, she looks better than the pictures.
Oh, she is cute.
I love
she?
her.
Now she had a broken leg, right, John?
Yes, she's got a plate in her leg. Just took the staples out last Tuesday over at
Wow.
headquarters.
Okay, so she's not quite ready yet. So I don't think she has a bio. I don't think she's even on the website.
No, we just decided to start advertising her a little early. She's not been
Yeah.
spayed yet.
Yeah.
So
There's
she's
no
no
point in advertising her and having people fill out an application if they can't take her yet.
Well, the part of it is because it takes so long to get dogs adopted. For some reason, we're having a hard time getting puppies adopted. And this is a really
I know. What's the matter with everybody? The
don't
word
know.
got out.
I'm hoping it's the lull right before summer, maybe. But
Well, people are starting to learn that, puppies can be Zoomers.
right, but they don't stay
Very
puppies
mild.
very long. I mean, they're
Right.
puppies a short time. It's kind of sad to get a puppy and realize in 6 months it's really not a puppy anymore.
Not all puppies are out of control. Okay. She's not being out of control. She's sitting in his lap. His nose is still on his face. His hands or arm is not in her mouth. Okay. So it doesn't have to be that way. The problem of it is a lot of cases that with puppies mouthing with those needle teeth, we accidentally rewarded them for doing it the very first time or so. So we just have to be very aware. And there's all kind of help out there for puppies. Man, how much does she weigh already? Do you have a weight?
She's 38 pounds.
At what age?
Cute.
About 3.5. She still has puppy teeth, but her canines are coming in right now. So police says she's close between 3 and 4 months.
Is her marking similar to Silas's?
Yeah, hers
Levi?
are really close to Silas's.
That's what I thought.
She's
And you
so- I
always wanted
love
a
the
third.
marking.
You always wanted another team, didn't you?
Oh, my girl would kill her.
Yeah, he's not going to do it. He
She's
lives in an
spicy.
apartment. Levi lives in an apartment up there in
Yeah,
Michigan.
my neighbors don't really like me, and that's okay.
Yeah, you gotta love him. But at least they can come to him if they have nutrition problems, right?
Yeah.
Or training problems.
They can if they want to. They just don't.
So how much more time does she need before you're going to make her public, or is that a day-by-day call?
4 weeks until her leg's completely healed, and at that time we'll have her also spayed, so she'll be ready to go in 4 weeks.
All right.
And
Okay.
they anticipate her having a full active life, post now that she's post surgery, right, John?
Right, and here I'm trying. This is her leg. I mean, you can hardly.
Yeah.
Right here.
Oh, that's her leg. She's been using the heck out of it.
It's right here.
By the way, I did find her videos. Is this? Is that Maddie?
Yeah, that's her.
Oh, John's muted again somehow.
Yeah, that's Maddie.
It's all right.
Watch her. See, she's sorry.
Sweet.
Wow.
She yeah, that little yelp,
Wow, she adjusted at that
Mhm.
age.
she got clumsy on Aki, and he actually bit her leg. I had to slow it down to see.
Wait a minute, that was Aggie?
That was little Aki. He nipped her front leg, and she cried a little bit. And
Man,
then she went
that
over and begged for
Aggie's
forgiveness.
bigger than that dog was. Or is she that big?
She's big.
She's absolutely gorgeous. For some
Yeah.
reason, John, it's not unmuting you when it. I got
There
you.
we go.
I got you.
Now,
My
was
back-
she found as a stray, or what was her backstory that they?
She was with broken leg. Somebody brought her to a shelter, and they were gonna, until they could find a rescue to take her, they were gonna put her down because they didn't, no one was paying for the surgery. So
Gotcha.
GPRS stepped up and paid for surgery, and oh, there's the Yorkie on the.
Okay, don't worry about it, Julie. The show's about dogs.
I
You're-
know. I've
We're
got
going to
a
hear
house-
them bark every once in a while, right,
I
Levi?
know.
Yep.
Yeah, my dog one Sunday was my Kuvaz was right here. Her nose was pointing at the microphone. She heard something out back and went woof right into the microphone. So somebody heard that one. So like I said,
So
the show's
cute.
about
I
the dog.
love her helmet head.
She hears
Yeah.
the dog barking. She hears the dog barking.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what
okay,
she's
Noodle.
reacting to is the dog barking. I muted Julie.
Noodle.
Oh, that's not Julie.
That's mine.
that's mine this time.
I think.
Oh, mine's barking too.
Oh, we're getting a chorus line getting ready to go
I'm
here, aren't
sorry.
we?
Uh-oh.
It's like, I think
There's the
all
little
of that's
dog.
the cutest.
Yeah, look at the puppy looking like, where's that coming from?
All right. All we got to do is mute everybody, and that all goes away. Everybody
muted.
except.
No, thank
All
you.
right, we'll mute down here. Let's see. Well, it was John. Everything's quiet now. Well, that's a good
now.
time
I think it
to
was me. Oh,
move on. And you can't go because you might have some questions, but we got somebody that wants to talk to Levi. And I think it's time to bring her up and let her be a superstar. Holy cow, who is that?
Look at that butt.
Oh, that says Nola. So, well, hi, Laura. Uh-oh, Laura might not be able to hear me.
can you get him?
And she's not muted on StreamYard. Check your phone, Laura, see if your phone got muted. Well, I might hear you now. Say, well, you have to say something or we're not going to know for sure. Because if you're talking, we don't hear you. Oh, good little butt rub. We got good video, but we don't have any audio from you. And we did. We had it. Folks, we do sound checks before the show
Right.
starts.
Huh.
We actually know something. Maybe your volume got turned down on your phone because I left you down there for so long.
Right.
But Laura's a GPR.
Well, I know she had questions about puppy training for
She did.
Levi.
And the reason that okay, now you're muted. Now you're unmuted. Now try it, Laura. Okay, tell you what, we're not going to ask Levi the question. Why don't you exit completely out and then come back in? That'll fix it. All right. And then we can get on to you. In the meantime, I have a question for Julie with Velma.
Uh-huh.
How old is she and how much does she weigh again?
She's about 10 months, almost 11 months, and she's going to be about she's about 65 to 70 pounds.
Okay.
She's
All
not
right.
going to be much bigger than that, and in fact, she probably needs to lose a few pounds. She might be 70 pounds, and
So
she'll
she's
be,
smaller than the average female peer, but not a
yeah,
pocket peer.
yeah. You know, if she gets beyond 70 pounds, I'll be surprised. But
Yeah.
you know, but
She's absolutely stunning.
yeah, she's a beautiful girl. You know, she's getting in that thicker coat now than when I first got her. Her secondary coat.
Her nose is funny, but she's a
Yeah,
mix.
she's got a pointy nose, pure female,
Yeah.
but otherwise, she'll do great in a home with another, you know, female or male if they're, you know, probably best non-peers are her favorite. You know,
Okay.
so if they've somebody that's peer, really has peer experience, they would do real well with her, or you know, livestock guardian breed experience.
Yeah. I can't believe it. My dogs aren't barking today.
Yeah,
Oh, I may have thrown them out. That could be why. And now we have Laura back.
there's
I'm
Laura.
back. I can hear
All
everybody
right.
now.
And we have audio. And that's Nola, right?
Yes, this is Nola.
What a sweetheart. So,
Busybody.
now you have let's just go we'll just let you start talking. If you want to ask Levi a question, you can. And if you got something else, you can cover that too. The floor is yours or the carpet's yours.
I guess the initial reason why I was on is I was just asking you, whenever you get to the point of doing the puppy training classes for the Great Pyrenees, if there was anything specific to look for in a trainer, or like if there's maybe even if you guys offer something online.
And what about age? You asked me at approximately what age also, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, she's old enough, I believe.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. She started losing her puppy teeth on March 29th, so she's probably close to 5 months old now. But
so when you asked me those questions, how did I answer? Hey, why don't you come on the show, because I can get our puppy guru on there.
Yeah.
And
so
he's very active, as you can tell.
I do have something that I had initially written up for just general puppies. So if you're especially looking to cover, like, say, specifically mouthing or jumping, that would be something a little more in depth that you and I could cover together.
Okay.
So this is meant to cover more of like a little bit of everything, which I do have for distribution. And then something else to continue answering your questions here, just as I kind of think about them and go through them. Usually the sooner you can start working with them, the better, especially if it's, just everybody in the household and you guys together. As far as a formal puppy training class, a lot of places wait until they're a minimum of, I want to say 12 to 16 weeks old, just to make sure that they've got the majority of their vaccinations. By 16 weeks, most of them have rabies by then.
Yeah.
But a clean, cleared facility allows them in like earlier, because they're also making sure that they're staying clean and healthy. If you were to say utilize something like something like a PetSmart or a Petco, which they're not my favorite, but it gets the job done. Being able to bring them in either in your arms, which I know she'll get big, or in a shopping basket, ideally with like a blanket or a towel placed down, so she doesn't have to make direct contact with the basket material, shopping basket or the shopping cart. So being able to still bring her in even then. My feeling will always be the sooner you can get them in, the better, especially for that their critical socialization period, just to be able to get them to adjust to a little bit of everything with everybody, different humans in the area, different dogs walking around. It's learning to learn in a distracting environment. Even for puppies, say, you're 7 puppies deep and you're like, I already know all the tricks, I already know all the skills, but it's still crucial that they are getting exposed to learning to learn in a distracting environment. And that's part of socialization, is that it's way, 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 way more than we met my neighbor's dog and some of my cousin's dogs, and we met like people. It's everything that you do in your day-to-day life. It's different surfaces, different textures, different things, and sounds, sights, smells, tastes that you're exposed to. The actuality is that the people and the puppy, or rather other dog, meet up is crucial, but it's not nearly even the whole thing of it. So the more you can get them out and about, especially safely and cleanly, sanitary, is super critical for them, just for their own success. Certainly that even with human children, we could say something like, oh, best case scenario, this kid was more or less sheltered or whatever. And then, by the time they get to college age, they figured everything out. They're not socially awkward. And they, the party animal, is that a chance you want to take? Best case scenario, they turn out not super socially awkward. But is that a chance that you want to take if something that we can work on early on? Taking them to group activities or field trips or what have you. So similar with our dogs. And then things to look for in a trainer, as you know, we are do no harm. We are force-free and fear-free. We don't utilize anything aversive, anything that could cause pain, stress, or fear. And so it's as you're looking at your kind of professional here. The PPG, the Pet Professional Guild, does have a list of different questions that you can ask. And those are their more or less their sample answers there. Amongst those I'm going to pull up a clear copy for myself. Amongst those will be like, what kind of tools do you use? How do I know if I'm doing the right thing? How do we know if my dog is stressed? How do you prevent accidentally negative reinforcing them or physically punishing them? And then is there a guarantee? The fact of the matter is training is not a guarantee. You get what you put into it. If you see a trainer or a trainer sees you once a week for an hour per week, and then you go, hey, nothing has worked. How much have you put into it? You're the one living with the dog here. So you get what you put into it, which is why puppies are a little more work, because they are a lot of maintenance and a lot of work to help them succeed. We're always looking at the body language of the dog to make sure that they are still consenting to what we're doing, as opposed to complying because we told them to.
Right.
It's
Levi,
actually that.
Okay, I
To
break in
briefly
just a
touch
second.
down. Oh yeah, go ahead.
All right. Levi mentioned the Pet Professional Guild. They also, that's another place you can go to, anybody can go to and find a trainer. And rest assured, you find it, they're PPGs worldwide. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And if you pick a trainer from Pet Professional Guild, you've got a trainer that's not going to go out and scare your dog, harm your dog, or electrocute your dog in the name of training. You're not going to get that. Okay.
Yeah, definitely some red flags to look out for in there. Of that they mentioned. But it's even to also briefly touch down on Julie, what you were talking about with Velma, the terminology of like and then not to be like, oh, they're calling you out for being wrong, but that's actually just to help facilitate for the future.
Right.
Is that the alpha terminology is super, super outdated. So is saying if a dog is dominant or submissive. The terms that we actually use now are
the author of the
Mhm.
alpha theory tried to take it back.
Yeah, so in 1948, he actually did publish. He's like, my bad. I wish I hadn't published that. The damage is done.
So what
And
do
so,
we call them now?
yeah, so
How
we
about
don't use the
dogs?
terminology alpha. And then instead of using the terms of dominant and submissive, we actually use soft and bossy or opportunistic.
Okay.
So dogs that are more opportunistic in terms of, I can take advantage of the situation because you're a soft-hearted dog. You will roll over, so I'm in charge now. I'm the boss. So being the boss was still an appropriate say term, but as opposed to say alpha female or dominant submissive pets, it's actually breath of relief here. We don't have to say those anymore.
Well, you learn something new every day.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so
Laura,
it's certainly
what do you think about that?
Yeah, sounds like pretty good stuff. I think makes a lot of sense for sure.
Now, I didn't
Yeah.
know how young you started puppies because I'm not a puppy trainer.
Mhm.
That's why
So
we have
my thing is that I like to start them like when you in the home with your puppy. Start from day one. One of your big things with puppies and then just pet training in general is that it doesn't and it shouldn't be a long session. It shouldn't be, all right, you and me buckle down 1 hour, go. It doesn't work with human children. It does not work with puppies. Keeping your sessions between 5 to 10 minutes and then even less if they're checking out. Because we want to know that they're still consenting within, I want to work, I'm interested in working. We want to quit them before they quit us.
You have a question, Levi, and then I'm
yeah.
going to give my thoughts after you give yours,
Sure.
unless they're word for word, which they could
So
be.
this is in regard to the sort of board and trains,
Board and train.
which are I've seen them take place between a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Not personally a fan of them. I know there's one here down the street that I'm definitely not a fan of because of their marketing. And the concept of this, even if we put, the most opportunistic foot forward here, let's say, and everybody has the best intentions, I should hope. No one's out there, I hope, going like, how many dogs can we ruin today? Is my hope, my opportunistic, or my optimistic hope here.
Yeah, you're going to say most of them, right? Most of them.
I want to say most of them. I'd like to. Of course, I can't speak for everybody. But the idea is that even with the most optimistic pet training facility here that takes your dog in for 2 weeks, it's not you working with the dog. And then when the dog comes home with you, you're not the one that got to troubleshoot. You're not the one that got to see them learn how they learn and how to assist them further. Let's say a lot of programs will say, okay, now that you've finished 2 weeks, we're going to spend 1 to 5 hours together, you and the trainer, and you're going to see how to do it. But you're not the one that got to experience that together, the learning bond.
The attachment.
So oftentimes, exactly, and then oftentimes people will get their pets home, and then the dog won't do the same thing. And that's handler consistency. It's also because the handler's not quite sure how did we get from point A to point Z. And then the dog is sitting here on point E, F, and G and just being like, I kind of understand what's going on. And then you turn around and say, hey, that trainer was a bad trainer. In reality, it's that we didn't build that same communication bond. So even best optimistic is that it's still,
I'll fill in.
If you can do it yourself, you should.
All right. So, Sharon, you've got a livestock guardian breed. Okay. And you don't, that's a different ball game right there. All right. They're a thinking breed. And we're starting to hear grumblings out of science world that they think they're emotionally intelligent now. Humans are emotionally intelligent. Okay. And that's a pretty big honor for them. But they make snap decisions in emergency situations all the time. Trust me. You don't have to send them to a board and train. Okay. Because you in some cases, you get back the exact same dog that you sent because he only responds to the trainer.
Mm-hmm.
And you are your dog's best trainer. All right. You need
And
guidance to help it out.
even
Absolutely. A lot of people
based
do.
on the context. Like puppy learned not to have potty accidents at the facility, and then puppy gets home and your carpet's free game now. Just because we also don't generalize very well.
Different routine, different schedule. Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely. But it's even that you don't know how they're handling your dog when you're not there.
Yeah.
I know the one down the road from me, they say, oh, just so you know, treats only go so far, and we do have a trainer collar, but we try not to use it, and that's all they use.
Yeah. Have a
I
nice
know this
day.
because my associate dog works there.
All right. Always
And
remember
so
GPRS has it in their contract, no shock collars.
Uh-huh.
Okay. That's in their adoption contract.
Right.
So that means if you put a shock collar on a GPRS dog you adopted from GPRS, you've breached contract. Just remember that.
And it's also, that said, with that sort of even a marketing ploy, never mind a board and train, but another trainer, to help also readdress some of your question. You're looking for red flags in a trainer, what to look for, but what also to look that they don't have, or I guess don't do. Somebody that says, okay, well, treats can only go so far, or we have to install respect into them. Respect is the default. It's disrespect. The same goes in people. It's disrespect that you build, or it's the mistrust that you build by being inconsistent and by essentially scaring them or putting your hands on them to force them into compliance. And so somebody who says, oh, well, treats can only go so far, like, eventually they get full, or it only vibrates, it only has a tone. That's somebody who's has no idea how to really train an animal. That they're looking for an easy cheat out.
It's unnecessary to use the tools like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just unnecessary.
It's that by definition as well, if you're using a correction, is that the unwanted behavior decreases, as does the use of the correction. And so to continue using it over and over is by then that point defined as cruelty.
Right. Your guardian breeds, they have the amazing ability, better than humans, to associate something that I don't get anything yummy if I eat your couch, but if I don't and chew on this, I get something yummy. Their ability to associate that. She just said, "Oh, hi, girl." God, I love that dog. Maybe I'll hurry up and apply for Nola. But they can associate that quickly. Now, do they retain it? No, because they're going to play you. That's another thing a Great Pyrenees will do is play you. That's a human term. They don't know this. They're black and white on their thinking. And always remember, they don't know right from wrong. That would require human logic because humans makes the rules of right and wrong, not the dogs. So they don't know about right or wrong. We have to.
Right. And with that said as well, it's the utilization of the word no is not a behavior. So we as humans use no for everything. No, don't sit on the couch. No, don't poop on the floor.
That's tough.
No, don't scream out the window. And it's not that it has to be entirely removed from your vocabulary because we are still very much human. But it's utilizing it with your puppy or even your other pets here is what would you rather they do instead?
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost,
An
temper
action.
your criteria. We are a puppy.
Mhm.
For the older dogs, not temper your criteria to that as well. But if you want her to not do something, then what would you rather she do and help her find the correct answer?
Yeah, have an action there. Have it
Yes.
prepared. You have a puppy, you're going to have plan B, C, D, E, and F, and all the way down through the alphabet, possibly starting over again for something for the puppy to do. Because they have the attention span of about a peanut.
Yeah,
And
so
if
it's
they
also
you
that
see them
you're
drinking water, take them outside. That's about how
Yeah.
much time you have when they're very young.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
And you got to have the
Yeah.
whole household in on it.
Oh yeah. Oh, everybody's got to be on board.
All the kids and everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
The
a
more
lot of
people
work.
that can be on board, the more people that not only are involved in the communication process, but the learning bond itself.
Yep.
And so for
Definitely
everybody
keep the
to
kids
also keep each
on
other
the same
consistent.
page. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with the biting.
And that's why
The
I always compliment, not with any of the rescues, the puppy fosters. Okay. Stephanie, she's an angel. Look how many litters she's had in a row. All right. And look how big Dante got. He's been adopted, so forget that. That boy was like my Charlie. He didn't get the memo when you're supposed to stop growing. But I'll tell you what, that's little Nola. She's just, boy, Maddie's got some competition here, John.
Nola's come a long way.
Yeah, Maddie says, "What are you talking about? There's no competition with me." Nola doesn't care.
Yeah, she was sick for a while, so it was like being delayed on everything,
Now,
being
were
able to
you
get
her
her job.
medical foster healing her up then?
Yeah, the day when I got her, she had mange and she was 6.8 pounds.
Oh,
She
wow.
was tiny.
Wow.
And now she's over 30 pounds and she broke out with parvo in the first 24 hours as well. So it was a
Wow.
long road for her.
Medical fosters have a hard job too, because when you have a medical foster, say for example, a dog gets knee surgery or hip replacement, whatever. Well, they don't know about the vet fixing it. All they know is mom made me feel better.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they see. And that's, we have to detach them in some cases, because that mom, that means now they can't survive without that person. And if it goes that far.
She definitely got attached to me very early on.
I see that. And it looks like she rules the roost too, doesn't it, when it comes to toys?
She has them all.
Yeah. How long have you been fostering for GPRS, Laura?
I just started just this last year, but I've
Okay.
fostered for another rescue for about 6 years. So,
all right. And what do you think of fostering for GPRS so far?
well, I do love some Pyrenees. They're my favorite.
Do they meet the needs as you relay them to the people? Okay.
Yeah, they're very responsive and helpful with everything I've ever needed for her.
How long have you had Nola?
I've had her since February 3rd.
Oh, so okay, all right. So your experience must be ongoing better because you took Nola in.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I couldn't help it. I saw them post her and she had mange and nobody had stepped up yet. And we just have so many in need in
Yeah.
Texas. And it was just,
Well, for
we
them
just
not
gotten Bailey
stepping up.
adopted.
Yeah,
So
for them not stepping up. When you think of mange, you think of, oh my God, everybody can get it. My dogs, my cats, my people. Well, yeah, with
yeah.
the serocoptic mange you can, but
Yeah. But
the,
it heals pretty quickly and it's really not that big of a deal, honestly.
well, the thing of it is look up scabies. That's
Yeah.
serocoptic mange.
Right.
Yeah.
When the bug falls off you, it lives for about 30 seconds before
Right.
it dies,
Yeah.
once it leaves the body.
Yeah.
But it is contagious to humans.
Yeah. But from what I understand, it doesn't, it can't survive on us. It
Yeah,
does-
I think I remember that too, but I think I'll leave that work up to the doctors and the vet.
True.
So, wow. Well, boy, look at her. She's so dainty and cute.
She's
And
pretty
that one
small.
is humongous.
That one's gorgeous.
Yeah.
All that fluff. And she had her leg, she had a leg break,
She
right?
had a broken leg. How'd you miss out on her?
I know. I think she came in after Nola.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Now, how
So,
long have you had
otherwise it
her,
wouldn't
John?
matter.
How long has she been here? I'll see if I can unmute you. I don't know if I can.
No.
Oh, you have to. There you go.
Yeah,
Whoops. No wonder you're muted.
this has been going on. That's why I've been
Okay.
muted.
Well, maybe Julie knows how long you've had her. We'll go that route.
She's been here
How long?
2 weeks.
Sorry, Julie. I muted the wrong person. Hey, personally, I don't care.
How long you had her, John?
He's muted again. 2
2
weeks.
Months? 2
weeks, I
2
think he
weeks.
said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll have that fixed next time he comes on
Mhm.
because that puppy's going to go fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a girl? Yes.
Yeah, that's she was Matilda, but apparently
Okay,
there's another
that's right.
Matilda in the system, and now she's Maddie. I think I
Maddie,
remember.
Yeah. She's
So
very
that's
pretty.
like my favorite like physical stage when they're at, and I think that's when they're at their like very cutest.
Uh-huh.
God, you
So
need
I
mental assistance.
I just love because they're just so like little. They're so friend shaped.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I just love how they
Yeah,
look.
look at
now.
all
Like,
the white fur in that house.
That's
Yeah.
Check
right.
that out. Every one of them, John has saved them.
Right. Well, this is my medical foster, my first one for GPRS. This is Karma.
Oh,
She had mange also. She took over, we ended up having her for 8 months and just ended up keeping her. But she's got 3 out of 4 legs are bad. But you wouldn't know she ever had mange by looking at. She's got a lot of fluff.
right. Well, mange can heal. We had
Absolutely. And so
Yeah.
don't ever let that deter you. Also, with her and her medical issues, I have two orthopedic medical fosters from GPRS, and they've both done great, and she's doing real well. She's 2.5 right now. She's got 3 legs that might or might not need surgery sometime in the future, and we'll just take it as it goes. But
How old is
otherwise,
she?
as you can tell, happy and active, and she's a pocket peer.
Gotcha. Oh, hi, Sydney.
Hi, Sydney. Yeah.
Yeah, Sydney. She won't. She's going to take the Mother's Day off because she's a mom with all her kids at home there, and because, well, if she has human children or canine children, they're still her kids.
Yeah.
And you guys, I think you're the same way, Julie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
I'll
am.
be filling in for her on Mother's Day. So
You'll be. Oh, are you? Okay.
yeah.
All right. But now back to the training thing, Levi. Sharon's got a comment. I don't know if you read that yet or not. You guys
Yeah.
with the laptops, I use 27-inch monitors. There's 2 of them here. So, and when you get closer to my age, you'll understand better. But
so even Sharon addressing that during the phone conversation that she still wasn't super into that trainer there. or
Okay.
just a trainer in general, is if they can't, honestly, if they can't even handle like the initial phone intake, I can't imagine they're great in person.
Now,
But you know,
now,
optimistic foot forward, maybe they're just a little awkward.
if anybody wants this 10 questions to ask a trainer, just email us. You can email GPRS. They don't know who's got it. You can email info@newhopepeers.org. You can email Levi at newhopepeers.org, right, Levi?
That's right.
And we'll be happy to send it out to you in either PDF form or a photograph form, however you want to do it. But that's pretty important. You got to be comfortable with who has your dog and who's helping you with your dog. Okay. And those are some good questions to ask. And we won't. I didn't realize you were a spotlight, Julie. Sorry.
That's right.
Wow, what a show today! Thank you for coming on, Levi and John and Laura. Thank you for bringing that.
Thanks for all the information.
Yeah, what great dogs today.
It's amazing. And boy, I'll tell you what, that picture of her on that backdrop and seeing her in real life, that's two different dogs. Did we get the wrong dog put up in the photograph?
For Nola?
Yeah.
That was one of her very first pictures.
Okay.
Probably back in February.
Gotcha.
She still had mange there too.
All right. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where it's going to be happening. Now, next week, we're going to be doing an on location with Peer Rescue and Sanctuary in Colorado. And we're going to have Shep and Callie on.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss out on them. And I've met Callie virtually anyway. That's boy, I'll tell you. And now Shep, I don't know. Okay. But they're scheduled to be on next week. And I hope I didn't just jinx it.
No, I think they're ready. And the other thing too, we'll put another plug out there. Anybody interested in fostering? As you can see, John has 5. I have too many, and Laura has done medical fosters. We're always looking
Parvo,
for fosters, right? And Parvo and ortho issues,
and we actually have one other thing I almost forgot about. You remember a week or so ago we talked about the bonded pair, Daisy and Rosie? Well, the owner was holding them until we can get them a place to go, and apparently got impatient. They sent Daisy out. We need a foster in the worst way in the Pacific Northwest, if I remember right, for Rosie. She's a former GPRS dog. And this is the one where the husband died suddenly. Mom's battling cancer. As of today, if my calculations are right, that we only have 9 days to move her. Okay. Wow. So come on, let's step up here. She's a good dog. And now there's not 2. And
they're one of the easiest breeds for me to foster. I can tell you that much.
Oh, that's why I've been working with them for 36 years, because I'm lazy.
They're easy. Exactly.
Mark will take her.
They don't require a lot.
Take her. Well, there you go.
Send her to him.
Yeah, why not? Because he didn't offer until now. Thank you, Mark. I will let Rena know, and I believe Rena's watching. So, but if that doesn't work out, get an application in, because what's it feel like for you, Laura, to be able to foster and watch this dog that you have flourish from a scared, quivering little boy or girl into a confident butthead?
I love it. They are the smartest dogs, and they're just wonderful. They really don't require a lot from you. And even my daughter, like a week ago, said, I love that I have a mom that isn't afraid to foster dogs. It's been a really good experience for our children and our dogs. My other boy here is part Pyrenees, and it keeps them social as well. So
that's so nice.
Yeah,
that is. And fostering is good. I mean,
it is.
If you're not into it, then you're not into it. Then just volunteer. If you want to help, you can volunteer still.
Yeah.
Right. We even need help out at the headquarters if you're in Texas near the Spring area. Or screeners. We're always looking for people to help screen. There's lots of things that you can do to volunteer for the rescue, that if you can't foster at this time.
and save
That's actually why I
lives still.
started doing all this.
Yeah.
I
See,
can't
think
foster.
about it. If you go to headquarters and volunteer, you can be just like a grandparent. Go there, ruin the dogs, and get to
Oh
leave.
my gosh,
There
that
you
would be
go.
good.
There you go.
If I lived closer, I would go for sure.
All right.
Yeah, well, you're quite a ways away, aren't you?
All right.
Yeah, we're in Dallas.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see. Was that
Texas.
you? No, you. One of you folks. Yeah, you're in Dallas. Who was that we had on that had Mac? That she doesn't even live near a town.
Oh, right.
So if you're out in the middle of nowhere, they'll get you a dog.
Yeah.
Okay, and they will get the dog to you because they have George Gramus. He goes anywhere.
That's
If you're
right.
in the Gulf of Mexico, he might get seasick, but he'll still try. All right. That's what George does. So,
Right.
all right, everybody.
Yep.
That's enough rambling for one day.
We have enough to pass around for sure.
That's for
Yeah.
sure. Go lay down.
And wow, what a show! Next week, we have a goal. The next show's better than the previous show. We dropped that goal years ago because it never works out that way. So we're going to have some fun. How about that? And thank you,
always.
Levi.
Thank you.
You did great again. John, thank you for, you can nod your head if you want. Thank you for fostering 2 such great dogs and then adopting all the others. And pretty soon he's going to need a kennel license down there. So I thought I was going to for a little while, but anyway, let me get up here to our, find it first here. A lot of pictures up here. There it is. We got our exit video.
There we go.
And bye, everybody. Laura,
Bye,
thank
everybody.
you too.
Bye.
Thank you, all the
you.
viewers. We'll see you
Peace out,
next week
guys.
in Colorado.